Hello, this is Martin from Secrets, the channel for learning about investing and trading. Welcome to the pre-market analysis for July 7th, Wednesday 2021. So, in this show, we are looking at how the market performed today and how we can plan for the market, trading in the market basically tomorrow. So, that's exactly what we had been doing every day. So, let's get to analyze all the different points that you have listed down here and find them out from the charts. So here is the chart. So what happened today? It was a dramatic day, you can say, today. Look at the candle. Look at the candle that we have. We have a candle like this is known as a gravestone doji candle. A gravestone doji is clearly having a very small body similar to like a doji candle, and then you have a very long shadow, right? A wick from the top, very long, and hardly any wick on the downside. That's a doji candle. That is known as a gravestone doji. That is exactly what happened today. It is peculiar action. So this happened when the market was trending upwards. So normally this gravestone doji is bearish, and it may indicate a reversal, if it is happening on the top of a rally. So it has to be something that we have to be careful about. But gravestone doji need not work always. It's not fully reliable. We can, so we have to trade this candle based on if tomorrow the 15800 is broken, if it goes below that, right? Or if tomorrow, if it is going above the high of this doji. So that's how we have to trade it. But overall, this is a very bearish candlestick pattern that we have seen. Let us see how it happened. If you go to the lower time frame, 15 minutes, if you see what happened today, everything was fine until 2 p.m. right? Look at what happened in the morning. Let me just take and see, this is where we closed today. It gapped up, right, and then consolidated for some period till 12, right, somewhere till 12 noon, and then it started trending upwards, right? After the dip that happened at 12, it was trending move upwards, and right, it was heading so much that it was just few points away from creating another all-time high today, but couldn't do that. And then at 2 o'clock it did a big fall. So how much was the fall? If you see, it comes to around 100 points got dropped and settled near 15800, right? So all the gain that it made, the entire day got lost just by 3-4 candles on the 15 minutes, right? That's so 1 hour everything is gone, right? We're back to square one, right? That is exactly what the intraday action that happened. But having said that, one thing that we have to make a note is, despite making such a fall, it is still within the channel. If you look at this channel, trendline channel that is starting from the April end, right? It has been respecting the channel. It slipped and then got back, and then even though this kind of movement fall crash happened at 2 p.m., it is still within the candle, right? So although it closed within inside of the previous candle. So what exactly happened today is that this particular zone that we are seeing, where it is marked in the red in the top, that is the 15800 to 900 zone, is known to us clearly that it is a resistance zone. So if you are doing intraday trading or swing trading or positional trading, whenever it comes near to that, it has to be anticipated by any trader who knows price action that there is a chance that it reverses. Because look at this, in this zone how many times it has stopped, resistance, resistance, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is the 10th attempt to break the zone of 800 to 15800 to 5900. So anybody who trades cannot go aggressively long is at this zone when it is trading in a resistance zone is a lesson that we can learn from today's trade. Now that is exactly what happened in the Nifty if you look at the chart. Now look at what happened in the Bank Nifty. That is the most interesting thing. Surprisingly, Bank Nifty today is heavily bullish. If you look at this candle is known as open is equal to low. Open is equal to low pattern. I think small wick is there, but it's almost open low. It's very bullish pattern. Look at the range of the candle. And what happened here? Here also it went and hit at the resistance zone which was tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the sixth time it attempted to break that, didn't succeed and revert back, but it did not fall drastically, right? It did not fall drastically, and it is more bullish. If you look at this candlestick, it is very bullish. There is no doji, nothing. This also got hit by the resistance. It also got hit and fall down. Let us see how much it fall down intraday. If you go to the 15 minutes chart, let us see what happened. So intraday, if you see, Bank Nifty also from the support, actually this is not today's. If you look at today's candle, it starts from 6th of June. So here, right, it went up. No, it starts from 9:15 somewhere here. So did not gap up, but it was trendingly moving up. Although Nifty was consolidating, Bank Nifty from the morning till 2 p.m. it was trending up, and only 2 p.m. it reverted, but it did not make such great fall. How much it fall? It fall from somewhere around 300 points it gave up. And how much it rallied, if you see, right? If you see, it rallied around 600 points, right? Near to 600 points of rally happened, and it gave up half of that. Even then, it's a full bearish candle. So this is the action that happened in Bank Nifty. So one thing from the candlestick pattern, if you summarize, it is very clear that Bank Nifty is ultra bullish. That is, all the banks were performing today, I believe. Now Bank Nifty, it is well within the trend line channel. If you see the trend line channel, right, that is again starting from the lower zones of from April end, that time period, still holds good. It had fallen down slightly, but climbed back, and now it is well within. If you see Nifty, it is within, but it's a very bearish candle that you got. But here, it's ultra bullish, you can say, right? So that is something that we can see from the price action. What else do we see? Price action. Bollinger Bands remains the same even after all these bullish moves. If you see, it is sideways, right? It started breaking out. It almost started breakout, right? The sideways would have ended if it had crossed this today. Bank Nifty. Nifty also, it almost started. You can see that the expansion of the Bollinger Bands, right, contracted, and the expansion was about to happen. That is when it got hit by the resistance and fought back, right? Support and resistances we have seen already many times. It is at a resistance zone. It bounced last 3 days from the previous support zone, and below that we have major supports in 15,400, 500 region, and Bank Nifty have supports at 34,000 region. Exactly same things happen. Bank Nifty support zones of 35,800 has to be crossed. That is a major hurdle. It bounced from the previous support zone of 34,600, right? From there, last 3 days it bounced and hit the next resistance. Now next resistance is stop there. We already found that it is at the 36,400 to 600, that levels. That is where the next previous resistance was. After that, you have the all-time high of 37,700. So that is how the resistance support is. Now let us move ahead and see what is the momentum action. So today was a very action-packed day for a chart reader, if you see. So in Nifty index, if you see, it has done a range shift. It broke out into the bullish zones, and it has, whenever it goes up and then takes support at the bullish zone, we call it a range shift, which is very bullish, and we can expect that it bounces up. Momentum bounce up means price bounces up. So momentum is taken as support and shifted the range from the bearish and taken support at bullish zones, and now it is ready to take off. Similarly, Bank Nifty also has climbed into the bullish zones after a long time on the daily time frame both. This is what momentum of the price is saying. Trend of the price is crossed over in Bank Nifty. Yesterday itself it crossed over. Today in Nifty, today is when the crossover has happened in the bullish zone. So Nifty and Bank Nifty is in bullish zones, crossed over to the bullish zones. Trend, momentum, both are turned bullish. Breakout attempt failed at the resistance. It could continue. This is a summary of the chart part. Let us now get into and see what does the open interest data talks. Right? Look at the open interest for day after tomorrow's expiry, 8th of July 2021. So the chart has now turned bearish. Yesterday, if you look, the largest number of put rating was high and call rating was less. Now it has changed totally today. You can see that it has turned to a bearish overall bearish graph, or a bearish chart, bar chart you can say, because the call rating is more. The biggest resistance can be written highest resistance at the call side, so that's why I'm saying bearish. So highest resistance is 36,000. After that you have 35,500. 35,000 is no, this is Nifty, I'm sorry, this is 16,000 is the highest resistance, and after that you have 15,900 where it broke. It could not climb this 15,500, and below that the highest support region is 15,700 and no longer highest 15,800. So 800 is not that very stable, right? Because highest put rating people have written it and 15,700. So in the expiry fight may happen at 15,700 or 800, either of that, if it is not able to climb to and conquer the 15,900. PCR ratio has dipped. Yesterday it was above 1 and it was more bullish. Today Nifty, because of that last minute action, the PCR has, because people changed, right? People change their view. Now what happened in, let's go back and see what happened in the open interest of the futures contract, which will give a clear idea. Combined option, it is showing that it is a short build-up that happened today in Nifty. Bank Nifty, what happened today? Bank Nifty, what happened was, it was a short covering rally that ended up today. What is a short covering rally? Short covering rally is little bullish, because shorts are there, they covered that and went to long. So this is slightly bullish, not fully long build-up. Long build-up is what is foolish, when people were long on the contracts. So this was short covering that happened on Bank Nifty, while Nifty is showing that it was pure short build-up that happened. People were selling on Bank Nifty, right? People were selling on, that is what open interest data is showing on the futures. Open interest on the options data, you have seen that it is graph is turned bearish. Highest rating is seen as 16,000. Yesterday it was the other way, highest support was more, right? And put call ratio also has reduced. So in Bank Nifty you can see that again this also has become a bearish chart now, because 36,000 is the highest put call rating and the support is seen as same as before, 35,000, right? Now after that the support is seen as 34,000. So that is in exactly aligned with what you see in the charts. So right now the price has got a support, that region is at 35,500. So 35,500 was conquered decisively. Day before yesterday 35,000 was conquered decisively. So 35,500 also is conquered by Bank Nifty, right? So it is in a very bullish zone, although since the highest call rating is what is seen at 36,000, I said it is, otherwise it has got large number of contracts written at different 34, 34, 500, 35. So large number of contracts put writing has happened, means it is some sort of bullishness is evident in the open interest also. But put call ratio is more than Bank Nifty, 1.28. So it is clearly much more bullish than Nifty. Nifty is below 1. This is 1.28, means just like how the chart said, open interest also is doing exactly the same. What else do we have? We have to now talk about volatility. Volatility also is interesting. Despite all this happened, what happened if you see intraday in the 5 minutes for the VIX? If you see that we can clearly see that from the morning actually nothing much happened, right? So here if you see it is 12 is the closing, right? So 12 and then it slightly went up to 12.2. That is all the action that happened intraday. The VIX has not sort of, when the fall happened it lit, right? So if you were watching that you could have caught this actually from 130 itself which was rising, and the fall happened at 2 o'clock. So if somebody has watched the VIX while they are trading, they could have caught this and understood that since the VIX is catching up, right, from 130, right, in that half an hour if they had got a sense, then they could have got out and then saved themselves if they were aggressively long. So VIX story is that, right? Otherwise nothing has happened on the VIX, right? If you go to the IV charts, you can see the Nifty IV is showing that it is implied volatility is 11.6. It is slightly higher, but nothing much is there. In the IBP is not high, so it's all, everything else remains the same. Let us see what happened to the foreign institutional investors today. So in the cash market, you can see once again FIs are selling. Yesterday I had tweeted about the reason for why the FIs are selling. The FIs, if you see, the entire June month they are selling. The primary reason for that could be that the USD INR is rising. That means rupee is weakening and dollar is strengthening. Right after the Fed meeting, interest rate increasing prospectus was found. From then on, the dollar is strengthening daily. When the dollar is strengthening daily, the FIs will not find the investment in the emerging markets that much attractive. And the crude oil price also is shooting up, like getting 77, 78, like that it is going. So these are the two primary reasons why June FIs were the correlation between these two parameters, dollar and crude, is the reason why the FIs could be selling. But interestingly, once again today you can see 13th or 14th day, how many days, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 14th day continuously DIS bought today also 500. So it is heavy buying that is happening by domestic institutions. Thanks to them, otherwise market would have long back crashed. Now sector watch, if you see what was the price action, the sectors, if you see the heat map of futures, you can see that what is happening in the sectors. If you see the Nifty sectors, you can see that there is no great, overall if you see by the end of the day, there is no great bullishness. Only the FMCG is performing, right? IT is not doing good, financial banks are not going good, pharma is not going, metal is not going, automobile is not going, only FMCG. So FMCG, Titan, Godrej Consumer Products and Dabur, these are the only performing, right? So otherwise it was all. Now let us see what are the charts saying. Charts, how is this? So IT, what happened today is, let's go to the daily chart and see. So IT again is correcting and taking support of the 20 moving day average, right? And taking the momentum support at the bullish zones. So it is slightly slipped from the top also. So I would like, so there is another PR, a positive reverse bullish divergence that has formed here, which could help to move it back, and there can be a CA, but this is a previous resistance zone, so it has bounced up above it, come back, and now if there is a chance, there is a change in polarity potential possibilities there only on confirmation. If it goes above this red candle tomorrow or the next day, then we can say that it is a change in polarity and market was correcting itself, taking support and then getting ready to bounce back, right? That is what exactly the momentum also is saying. So IT is continues to be bullish, although correction is what we are seeing continuously for the 2-3 days, right? Now metal is sideways as usual. FMCG is bullish. SMCG also is done the same thing. It is doing nothing but it is hovering around on this, taking support on the bullish zones, means it's bullish. And let's see if there is any divergences of any sort that we can figure it out. So here also you have a positive bullish divergence that can happen, which can take the market upwards, right? There is a possibility that market can go up because this is a positive bullish reverse divergence that is happening on the momentum side. So pharma also, as we have discussed, right, several times earlier, no, not pharma, I'm sorry, FMCG, right, also seems to be bullish and then showing some momentum divergences on the bullish side. Auto, what happened auto? Yes, so this is something that yesterday what I was seeing. So auto is no, I think I posted it on the Twitter also. There is a inverse head and shoulder pattern, multiple actually. One is formed in this zone and another one is formed in this zone. So this is bearish. Inverse head and shoulder means that it can fall downwards if it works out, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So this is inverse head and shoulder. Inverse head and shoulder is not bullish. There is a chance that it can break out. If it breaks out, it is good, right? So this is the neckline, right? So for inverse head and shoulder, if it is working out, means it can go up. That means, but right now today's action, if we see, it has not worked out. It has gone into sideways back. It could not climb into the bullish zone if you see the momentum. So overall the candle pattern looks like a head and shoulder inversed, which is bullish overall is what I wanted to. So auto is sideways from today's action, but there is a potential of it breaking out. FMCG and Nike is still in the bullish zones. Pharma, what happened today? Yes, Pharma also is doing like, no, if you see it's 64 and 60, so there is a divergence that you can see here. Pharma also, there is a bullish positive reverse divergence. So this also indicates that it can move up, right? There is a chance that it can move up because divergence show that. So pharma, IT and FMCG all are in the bullish zones and showing symptoms of bullishness in the momentum side is what I can say. Now USD INR, what happened today? USD INR was I just need to go back there and remove this previous studies that we had done. So what happened today is, yeah, it is turned bullish again. That means dollar is strengthening again. It was falling down 2 days after a inverse hammer pattern. It was falling down. Now it is again bounced back today, right? Very wide range bullishness, bullish candle is what it means. So rupee is further weakening again is what we can see from the USD INR, right? So there is a resistance at the 75 zone support. So if you go long also, there is a major area. So on a weekly expiry options and all, you can go for strangles and straddles at this, considering this resistance and support zones, right? That would be a good trade. But plain long may not work out because we have close by resistances for the USD INR. Now what about gold? Gold, if you see, this is our previous day study. If you see, gold is heading further up. This is the 5th or 6th or 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After a consolidation of several days, which we discussed, finally gold is going up. We had confirmed this several times. So it could go up like this, up till at least till this resistance zone, it can aram se go up, right? So once again, it is confirming what we had been discussing. Now global markets, if you look, SGX is down, Nasdaq is slightly up, flat you can say, and Dow Jones is down by a lot, 300-400 points, right? So whenever the Nasdaq is up, normally Dow Jones will be down, and S&P 500 also seems to be down. So there is slight bearishness that you can see in the US markets. Not very much, but slight bearishness can be seen there. So we'll have to check, before the trading pre-market, we'll have to see whether how the US markets had performed and how the SGX is indicating. So SGX can be basically used to give indication of whether a possibility of a gap down or a gap up is happening. That's all. If it is flat and normal, we cannot take much clue on that. It is indecisive. That it indicates, right? So that is all I have for the pre-market analysis for tomorrow. Wednesdays are very choppy. It is a day prior to the expiry, so a lot of actions nowadays are happening on Wednesday and not on Thursday. So you have to be a little careful. Like you should not get chopped out with sudden dips or sudden movements, either side, during the intraday. Should be cautious on Wednesday. So candlestick patterns are very bullish in Bank Nifty, although it has hit the resistance and then fall back. Bank Nifty showing bearishness and resistance hit multiple times, and overall there is a bearishness, but it is well within the trend line channels, and it is momentum and trend is very bullish for both the indices, right? So there is a chance of it further taking the benefit of the momentum and the trend and then move and hit the all-time high very soon. We don't know whether it will happen tomorrow or day after tomorrow or the week after that, but there is no real indication of a big fall or a crash that's happening here just because of that gravestone. There's nothing like that that's seen here. So positional traders and swing traders does not really have to do anything unless you get a break, a fall from the channel or the support zones that we discussed. Most likely it looks very bullish, and a breakout from the Bollinger Bands would happen in the coming few days is what my gut feel says, right? As based on the study on the chart patterns, fundamentally, right? So trade with caution, right? Trade with price action with strict stop losses, right? And spreads, bullish spreads or mild bullish spreads, right? Could work out. Mild bullish spreads in the sense you can either go for bull call spreads, right? Or bull put spreads also will work. Both of them can work, so that we don't. So our profits may not be like naked calls longing, right? But we will lose out something, but it will be safe. We will not fall prey to the sudden moves, right? We will have defined risk in that case. So that is one actionable, that can be done for the coming days, right? So yeah. So once again, I request you to please subscribe the channel. We have very few subscribers, right? So help us motivate to come out with more videos. We need you to share this. If you already subscribed, share with your friends and ask them to subscribe, right? That's very important for us. And also hit the like button, leave your comments, and so that we can improve upon what can be included and things like that, right? So thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching. Happy trading and happy learning.